Hey Rock Monkeys, it's me again. Welcome to week 5. We're going to look at coordination this week. It'd be really cool, guys. I don't know if people are actually doing these things, but if you are, then drop us an email or upload it to Instagram. Because at the moment, I don't know if I'm just talking to myself or not. So talk to me. Cool. Right, coordination. So we're going to look at coordination this week. Coordination is like hand-eye coordination or hand-foot coordination. It's kind of like moving all the bits of your body at the same time in kind of the perfect way. So in climbing, we often see it moving dynamically, where we have to fire all our muscles at the same time, or holding on to a bad hold in a kind of dynamic way. You have to engage all your muscles at the same time to be able to hold on. Or where you place your feet. If you could place your foot brilliantly, perfectly, every time, first time, that's going to be using loads of coordination. And that's what we want to aim for. And then also dead pointing, when you're moving dynamically, you're not quite jumping. That needs a lot of coordination to kind of do everything at the right time. Generally, coordination skills are carried across different sports. So you don't have to be in a climbing gym to be able to train coordination. We can do it in kind of multi-sport type thing. So we're going to look at some throwing and catching this week, some skipping, a little bit of juggling if we can, and some animal walks, which we've used in our warm-ups, in our Rock Monkey sessions, and playing games and stuff. But we're going to look at some specific ones that need a little bit of coordination. Okay, so on to the next videos. Okay, first challenge we're looking at throwing and catching. So for level 1s and 2s, and just generally to start, just like really simple, just throwing, catching. If you've got multiple people in your household and they want to join in, throw to them, catch. Couple of different kind of rules that you can add in. So if you miss the catch, then you have to go to one hand. Then if you miss that, then you have to go onto one knee, and then two knees. And when you catch it in that position, you can come back up into the previous position. Or hot potato, so you have to throw it as quickly as you can. And if it's just you, then if you can get a tennis ball or something that bounces and you can find a wall, you can just throw your ball against the wall and catch it yourself, and then you can play the same rules with yourself. Or maybe like a forfeit, so if I was to drop it, I have to drop down and do 3 push-ups and then back up and throwing and catching. Yeah, so that's the first thing. I'm going to look at some juggling next. I can't juggle, sorry, but I'm going to throw you over to Jack, and he's going to show you how to juggle.
Hey, so this week is about coordination and learning new skills. So when you go climbing, you might have to do a move for the first time where you have to throw your left foot onto a foothold, and at the same time you might have to like catch a hold with your right hand, let's say, so you're like doing like multiple things at the same time. And so that's like coordination, being able to like coordinate yourself to do 2 things at once. But if you were going to like learn that, if you hadn't done it before, maybe you'd break it down and you'd like throw your foot onto the hold a few times first, just on its own, and then just catch the handhold with your right hand a few times on its own and try and put it together afterwards. So because we can't get you climbing, we're going to get you to do a bit of juggling today, because that's coordination. And we're also going to break it down into small bits so that you can learn it bit by bit in the same way as you might learn a climbing move. So we're going to aim to be doing a sort of standard 3-ball juggle. But if you just grab 3 balls and just start, it's just going to go crazy. I mean, you're welcome to do that, but I'm going to teach you how to break it down a little bit. So first thing we'll do is I'm just going to get 1 ball, and I'm going to put my elbows quite close into my body. So I don't want to be all out here, I'll be about here. And I'm just going to throw the ball from one hand to the other. So to start with, you're aiming for the ball to be about eye height, and you're going to watch the ball all the way into your hand. I'm sure you can do that, but Now try and do it without looking at the ball. Just look sort of through the ball. Just look ahead. Because when you do it with 3 balls, you won't be able to look at all of them at once. Okay. If you can do that without looking at the balls exactly, then you can move to 2. So it's not like a circle like that, because that won't help us later. We're going to throw 1 ball in the air as though we've got 3 balls. We'll throw 1, 2. So I'm going to start with my right hand. I'm going to go 1, 2, catch. 1, 2, catch. 1, 2, catch. What I'm really aiming for is that they both, ideally, are the same height. So once you can do it with your right hand starting, looking straight through it, so not looking at the balls into your hands, but just looking and being aware of them in this area, then you're going to start with your left hand. Cool. And then once you can do that, step 3, get the 3rd ball, and we're not going to go forever, we're just going to do 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, and stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. Start with your left hand first, and then your right hand, and then left hand, and right hand. So you know you've mastered it when you can tell a joke at the same time as juggling, because then you can do it without thinking. So what do you call a fly with no wings? A walk.
Okay, so the starting off challenges for our footwork stuff, we're going to look at just playing hopscotch, and I've put a link in the document with a kind of like how to and how to play hopscotch and the actual rules if you fancy it. But if you don't know the rules, just make them up, have some fun and give it a go. I don't have anywhere outside that I can do this, so I've just set up some cushions in the kind of hopscotch pattern, so that I can do kind of this when I'm indoors. Yeah, and just follow that pattern. So we're doing skipping as one of the challenges. So it's really good for kind of your footwork, and also it's a good pulse raiser, so we can use it in our warm-up just to get our pulse raising. I'm going to use a bit of rope, old climbing rope. It's not the best, if I'm honest, but I can't find my skipping rope, so I'm just going to make do. And also, I don't have a lot of space in my garden at the moment, so I'm going to do it in the living room, but there is not enough space for me to do this properly, so I might not be able to do some very good skipping for you, but we'll see how we go on. So I'm just going to start off nice and easy. I'm going to put the rope behind me, and I'm just going to put it forwards, and when it gets down to here I'm going to jump. Okay, that's like the most simplest kind of way to learn to skip, and that's it. You just do one. Once you've kind of got one, then you can do another one, and then just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, until you can kind of skip like that. And then we can look at doing backwards. So start with it in front of you, go backwards and jump. That's quite difficult, so I haven't got that one mastered yet. Yeah, so you can do backwards, or we could do onto one leg. So if we start, yeah, so you can do one leg and stuff like that. Just have a play with it, see if you can do a cross one or double. That'd be really cool. See what you can do. Okay, here we go with some animal walks. So we're going to start off with the caterpillar. So you start like this, walk out till you're in the plank position, and then walk your feet in. Okay, the rules are that your hands and your feet can't move at the same time. Okay, so you have to do it hands first and then feet. Okay, next animal walk is the bear crawl. So we're going to start hands and knees like this, and then we're going to move our right hand and our right knee at the same time, and then left hand and left knee at the same time, and then keep going. Okay, go like this. Okay, so the rules are you have to move your right hand and right knee at the same time, and then your left hand and left knee at the same time. The next one that we're going to do is a bear crawl. So it's similar to the bear walk, but you're actually going to be on your hands and your feet, okay? So same rules apply. Try and keep your arms and legs straight. Obviously you have to bend them a little bit to be able to move, but move your right hand and leg at the same time, and your left hand and leg at the same time. Okay, the next one that we're going to look at is the crab. So we're going to get like this. So we're going to put our feet and our hands on the ground, try and lift your bum up as much as possible, and then move like a crab, sideways, and then back. Okay, the next one that we're going to try is the lizard. So we're going to start off quite close to the ground, and you're going to move your left hand and right knee at the same time, okay? And you're going to try and get really close to the ground, and then foot back down, left again, really close to the ground, and foot down, really close to the ground. If you want to make it even harder, you notice that I did there, you can do a push-up in between each movement. Okay, so that was the lizard. The last one that we're going to look at is the flamingo. So flamingo, we start on one leg, we do a piston squat, and then we step, piston squat, and step, and then keep going. Okay. Okay, so for this week's exercise challenge, we're looking at putting together some of the exercises that we've done to try and make a circuit. So it's a set of exercises. So I'm going to do 5 exercises that I could repeat. Okay. So I'm going to start off. I'm going to do 15 star jumps, 5 push-ups, 10 squats. I'm going to do 10 crunches and 10 burpees. Okay, and that's one set of exercises, so I could repeat that. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to have a small break in between each exercise, and I'm going to start with 15 star jumps, I think. And then I'm going to do 5 push-ups. Okay. And now 10 squats. And then 10 crunches. And then the last one, I'm just going to do 10 burpees. I'm not going to do anything special with them, I'm not going to do a press up, just 10 burpees. So that circuit that I just did was just a random set of exercises, but I tried to do something cardio, then something strength, then maybe a core, then cardio again, to try and make sure that I wasn't just doing like loads of stuff with my arms straight away and then loads of stuff with my legs straight away. So I was trying to kind of put it together like a bit of a jigsaw, so I'm working different parts of my body. Cool. Give it a go, see if you can make your own circuit, see if you can make it hard for you. You can change the reps, change the levels of the exercises, and see how you get on.